baseball great, Pete Rose.
Does it ever get old hearing legend?
I prefer living legend.
Tipping his hat to America's favorite pastime.
You're talking to a guy that's got more winning games than anybody in the history of baseball.
And his legendary ball.
I needed something extra because I wasn't playing.
Plus, hitting a home run with the new reality show.
Don't try to keep up with an 11-year-old and a 14-year-old. It will kill you.
Hello, hello! All right, a little about me. I'm recently married. I work with my wife on this show, and I'm learning how to be a dad to two amazing kids in a blended family. I'm hosting a talk show because there's a lot to talk about.
This is the adventure.
Let's go.
Welcome to the show. Have a seat. Big show today. Pete Rose is here. He's going to talk about his ban from baseball. He's going to talk about his new reality show. He's engaged to a Playboy model, Kiana Kim. There's like 30, 40 years difference in their age. We're going to talk about blending families, everything. He's a very charming guy. He seems to be an open book, and he's an idol of mine. So I'm very excited. But first, Lisa Whelchel.
I like this little thing. Okay, wait, I noticed when you walked through the door something, the new haircut.
I do have a new haircut, yes, which is terribly exciting to everyone here, I can tell.
Well, I noticed right off as soon as you walked through the door.
Do you know, it is a day of news because I have a new haircut, which I do want to tell you about. We have a new desk.
Yes, we do have a new desk. I like it.
Because we've been complaining about our desk for a long time because it was ugly. And this one, while it may not make the Museum of Great Desks, it is certainly a very big improvement on what we had.
I think it's lovely.
And we have a new game we're playing today called Entertain Us.
Yeah, but before we go to that, I do have to ask you a question about the desk.
Yeah.
Okay, and I want you to be totally honest with me.
Yes.
Not that you are always totally honest, unfortunately. But, okay, so you sent me an email and you said we're going to change up a few things. We're going to have this new game. You didn't mention the haircut, but
Okay.
I like it. But you said we're going to change a few things, and one of the things you said is we're going to get a new desk and we are going to adjust the height to make it more flattering for us.
Right.
Okay, that's what you said. Okay, what I heard was, okay, that desk, okay, Lisa looks fat, and so we're going to adjust the height.
No. It actually had nothing to do with you, everything to do with me. I do look out for you, but this is what this desk is now not only different and dark and bigger and wider, it's higher. Before, the desk was lower, and this is where it broke us, okay?
Well, actually, the cup is kind of appropriate there. You should...
That's funny. But it broke right about here, and then I saw a show, and I had a shirt that was blousey, and it was like right at the break of your waist, and it was like, I spend too much time trying to be like Hugh Jackman to make it appear as though I'm like, whoever.
Okay, all right.
Meaning it looked
that.
like I had a big
because
belly.
I was thinking that, it was like maybe cutting me off here, and, it was looking heavy, and, of course, I'm going like down the whole line. And,
well, so I have to say, actually, your look, and this is one of the things that I was hoping I would see, your look is transforming. You're going from a more conservative, safe dresser to a little snazzier dresser.
Okay.
Your hair, you've got the things with the hair. It looks very cool.
Can I tell you a story about this
Yeah.
shirt, though? Okay, this is a secret, kind of, sort of. Okay, on the Survivor finale reunion, I really wanted to look great because I've watched the show enough to know that, you lose weight while you're out there, and then you come back to the finale, and even if you're a normal weight, it's like, oh, she got fat again. And, of course, obviously, that's like a theme, of
Because
mine.
you were emaciated on the island.
Okay.
But people forget that.
Yes, exactly. So it was really important to me. Okay, I want to look great. I want to look hip. And so I went shopping with my daughters, and I fell in love with this purple leather jacket. And it's not me. It's like I'm totally safe. But I was thinking I would just kind of, just play around a little bit with this. I looked at the price tag. It was...
Way too expensive.
Okay, but thank you. Good. Like...
Way.
Wait.
Way.
Wait.
The kind of money where you're going, who buys a jacket like this? I'll put it on my MasterCard. And
Exactly. So anyway, but I was in love with it. So I bought it. I put it on the MasterCard. I bought it. I wore it. And then with every intention of taking it back, but then I chickened out because I knew they would recognize me.
Well, yeah, that's not fair. In the scheme of the way things go, you can't wear it on a TV show and then say, I'm done with it, can I have my money back?
Well, I mean, I left the tag on.
During the finale, the tag was on?
Totally, yes, I left the tag on. So then my daughter says, oh, I'll take it back for you. I don't care, Mom, I'll take it back for you. But then she got busy, and she couldn't, and I was in L.A., and it needed to be taken back within 2 weeks. So my ex-husband got stuck with the job of taking this jacket back for me. So he, not knowing, like, the whole thing, he just takes it back, and they go, oh, we recognize this jacket. We saw your wife wear it on the Survivor finale.
Oh, my God.
She looked awesome.
Oh, my God.
So he says, well, she's asked me to take it back, and here's her credit card. And I said, well, I don't know if we can do that. We'll have to call corporate.
Aren't you embarrassed at this point?
Well, I don't know what's going on.
I know,
at
but
this
now,
point.
knowing that you know.
I'm totally.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You're
That's
the
why I didn't want to go in the first.
lamest person.
And everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Okay, so they call corporate to get permission to refund the money, and corporate says, oh, yes, we saw her on the finale. It looked awesome. And so anyway, in exchange, they Twittered a picture of me on the finale and put it on and asked me to retweet it, and they just called it even.
Wow.
And yes. And then they said, and next time you want to do that, just
tell us.
ask. We'll be glad to. And so anyway.
Who is it?
It's Ellie Tahari.
Oh, Ellie Tahari. That is high-end.
It
nice.
is
No
high-
wonder
I'd say
you
that
look
out.
so good. No, I mean, really.
If you pay enough money, you can look good, ladies.
No, but this is what I've learned in my little stint in non-show business, reality and talk show hosting, is that good clothes cost money for a reason. Because they hang better, they fit better. I mean, this is a
and
good
especially with
looking.
this desk, it really makes me look good.
And you're going to take this back.
I'm totally going to take
And
this
they know
back.
it.
And they know it, and they're
Okay.
okay about it. And
All
I'll
right.
Twitter about it, and I'll talk about it, and everybody is happy.
I love that. That's so honest of you to admit that you were a devious, little, cheap, normal person. Okay, I have, yes?
I want to know about the hair.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll tell you about the hair. But I got to say, I am so excited that Pete Rose is on the show today. I will tell you this story. I don't want to spend a ton of time because I grew up. This is a selfish thing. I grew up with Charlie Hustle. But yes, okay, I was influenced as a kid by Pete Rose the way I'm influenced right now by Hugh Jackman. This is my adult idol. Hugh Jackman was on this show a while ago. Big deal. Hugh Jackman. I never thought he was going to come, but he did, and he was awesome, and everybody loved him, and gay women were actually saying, maybe everything's not what I thought it was because I love this guy. So did I. I started thinking, Hugh is really one hell of a cool guy. So I go back in his dressing room, and I say hello to him. Am I okay saying one hell of a?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I
All
mean,
right.
you don't say two hell of a, but one hell of a is fine.
Okay. So I go back to his dressing room, and I'm looking around, what about Hugh can I steal? Like, not steal from him, just what about his essence can I steal? And I'm looking, he's 6 whatever, I'm not. He's broad shoulders, I'm not. He's a movie star, I'm not yet. And so I see his hair guy, Jason, and he's back there doing this thing, and I'm like, Jason. So I ask Lisa, can you find out about Jason if he lives in LA or whatever? Because maybe I could go in and get a haircut. But seem cool. Don't seem like Lisa Whelchel did when she returned the dress. So I didn't have a. So Lisa goes in and she's like, so where are you? And he goes, I'm here in Beverly Hills. I go, oh, well, Jeff would love to come in and get a hair. Yeah, send him over. Well, now this gets further complicated because Yella, who works on this show, who's cut my hair, done makeup on Survivor and this show for whatever, to 8-9 years. This is diplomatic now because I got, Yella. Yella's couldn't be cooler. She says, to be honest with you, you were so uptight about your hair. If there's somebody that can break you free, I welcome it. So, with her blessing, I head over.
It'll be one yell of a deal for her.
Yes, nice. So, God, I'm so trying to race this story because I'm torn between this story and Pete Rose and the game we're going to do. But I go to this salon in Beverly Hills, Chris McMillan Salon. I haven't been to a salon in 15 years. I go get it at Yella's apartment in West Hollywood, and then I get in my Prius and I drive home, and it's easy, lickety-split. So I go in, and this is a cool place. And there's Jason, and Jason has long hair. It's in a ponytail. He's got 3 or 4 bracelets. He should have a show because he's super cool. And you want to be him. Not as much as you want to be Hugh Jackman, but you want to be him. And so I walk in, he's like, hey, what's up? Have a seat. And he kicks the chair over. It's on wheels. And he just sort of kicks it over. And you fall into it. And he starts doing this to my hair, going, don't hate it, don't hate it. And before I can say anything, he has some shear deal. And he's like, zzz. And I'm petrified of my hair. Yeah. I don't know what he's going to do. And I'm quickly telling myself, he does Hugh Jackman's hair. He does Hugh Jackman's hair. Just relax. And so he starts, and he's got this swagger. And while he's cutting my hair back here, there's a window here to the road. Some woman walks by, and he raps on the glass. Doesn't say anything. He's got a cool look. It's like, yeah, I see you. And it's some friend of his. Then another woman comes by with baked goods. And she goes, hey, Jason, I left these for you. He's like, oh, thanks, sweetie, thanks for that. And meanwhile, he's telling me about being married to this amazing woman, and they've got a baby. Everything about him is super cool. Then another woman comes in as he's cutting my hair, and he's literally doing this. And then he drops it, and he gets some other scissors, and then he puts some stuff in his hair, and he's always saying, I don't hate it. I don't hate this. I don't hate that. I don't know what he likes, but I know he doesn't hate a lot of things. And he continues to give me these new hairstyles all the time. And then a woman comes.
How many hairstyles can you get out of that
Jason
much hair?
Can get a lot.
Okay.
And he told me to be fearless. That's what he said. He goes, be fearless, man. And he listed some of the guys he does hair for. I won't name drop, but a lot of very cool, good-looking dudes. So now I'm even feeling like, yeah, why am I so uptight? What's the big deal? And then a bunch of other things happen in there. I'm having the Beverly Hills Salon experience. Oh, and when he finishes, this was the perfect ending. You have the little cape on, right? And he finishes my hair, and he literally, the haircut took, I'm not exaggerating, 6.5 minutes. He's like, he's Edward Scissorhands. That's who he is. And then he unsnaps the cape, and he effortlessly flings up that little nylon cape, and there's a wooden beam across here. It lands on the beam.
Oh, my word.
And he does this, and my brother was with me, and he goes, you're next. And my brother then had the experience. It was the greatest. And then I went home with product. He gave me a product. He said, use this product. And then, so today, it was, can Yella get my hair to look like Hugh Jackman's at all? Throw up the shot before we go to break of Hugh Jackman. I want to see how close I'm getting to him. Okay, there's Hugh. I'm going to do my side.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Oh, he's so good looking. Okay. Let's see. What do you think? Right?
I think so.
It's getting there. It's getting there. I'm slowly taking baby steps. All right, when we come back, can you entertain us for 60 seconds? We'll find out. We'll be right back. It's a new game show we're doing here.
Actually, can we stop the clock for just a moment? I'm sorry. This is way too easy.
Does it ever get old hearing legend?
I prefer living legend.
Living legend. Nice high-end graphic there. It's time for Entertain Us. It's a new game. It's very simple. Somebody from the audience has 60 seconds to entertain me, really, because you're sort of the coach and the wanting them to win. And it's very simple. This is the marker. If the coffee cup crosses this line, it's over. It means I was not entertained. If it's behind the line, you did entertain us, and if you can survive that, we have a little something for you. The stakes are low. This is really just about people willing to get up and give it a go. So who do we have?
We have Kenan Heppy, and he is from Oregon, lives here in L.A., an actor, but also a brand new piano player. He's been playing since he was 18, but only had 9 months of lessons. So he's going to play the piano for us today.
Start the clock.
Start the clock. 60 seconds.
Actually, can we stop the clock for just a moment? I'm sorry. This is way too easy.
Sure, okay.
I'm going to spice it up a little bit. Sorry.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I was impressed at the beginning.
Yeah, 9 months of lessons.
can
Are you going to blindfold?
start the clock again if you'd like.
Oh, he is so cocky. I like it.
Start the clock.
He's blindfolded with a hula hoop.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right.
Come on, buddy.
I need to find my pedal. Okay. Need to find my spot on the keyboard.
25 seconds. This is good. Yeah! Keep it going. 5 seconds. Play the music, Brian. Play it. That is how you do it. I love this game. Entertain us. I love that you brought it strong and you upped the stakes. My mug didn't move from the beginning, but you definitely entertained me. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right, now normally I would take a lot of time and milk this, and we will in the future. But because Pete Rose is here, and I'm super excited, here's the deal. You have, because of your entertaining, we have something for you.
We have a lot of Applebee cards. They're all stuck together, but there are a whole bunch of them here. I can't tell you how much they're worth, but anywhere from $100 to $500 worth of
Okay,
Applebee's.
so here's the start. So you have guaranteed $100 to $500 at Applebee's. Take the family, take your friends, take part of the audience, or you can trade it for what's in the box, which could be awesome or virtually worthless. 5 seconds.
There's a lot of them.
What's in the box?
How much did he give up?
He gave up $200.
200 bucks worth of Applebee's.
Okay.
I hope you made the right choice. I bear no sadness if you don't. Star-studded spa treatment at the California Wellness Center. It is a one-stop shop for a new you inside and out. The California Wellness Institute is a brand new, state-of-the-art center that is owned and managed by knowledgeable professionals. They're dedicated to futuring your health and your wellness and your beauty. $2,500. Go get rubbed, get a facial, get a Hugh Jackman haircut. If you think you can entertain us, go to jeffprobst.com. Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle is next.
Good job.
I love how you are talking to the audience.
They're saying, what the hell has he got that hat on for?
Closed captioning for the Jeff Probst Show provided by... He had one of the most successful careers in baseball. I grew up idolizing this guy, and when it was over, everybody figured Pete Rose headed to the Hall of Fame. But Pete, many would say, Pete got in his own way. Roll it. Pete Rose is a baseball legend, one of the best to ever play the game. Selected by the majors straight out of high school, Rose played in the league for 24 years. He was a 3-time world champion, World Series MVP in 1975, and an All-Star 17 times. Many of his records still stand. No one has more hits or played more games than him. But off the field, bad decisions would tarnish the legacy of the man nicknamed Charlie Hustle. In the spring of 1989, Rose was investigated after allegations surfaced that he had bet on baseball while managing the Cincinnati Reds. At the time, he denied the rumors, but Rose later voluntarily accepted a permanent ban from baseball.
Did you bet on baseball?
Yes, I did, and that was my mistake, not coming clean a lot earlier.
You're now saying, for the first time, publicly, yes, I bet on baseball.
I bet on baseball in 1987 and 1988.
Did you bet on your own team?
Yes.
That admission cost him his chance for the ultimate honor, a spot in the Baseball Hall of Fame. But Pete Rose hasn't given up. He still holds out hope that one day his ban will be lifted. Please welcome Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose. Pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. Man,
So-
you got to start out with all that bad stuff? Just kidding.
What is that like? I mean, it's because...
It's hell, like going through hell.
Really?
You've never been there, have you?
No.
Oh, you won't go there either, believe me.
Well, I don't know because there's so much I want to talk to you about, and you just hit on maybe the biggest thing is you said I won't go there. I might. One decision can change a life.
Yeah, it did. It cost me a lot, and I was foolish when I made that mistake. But you know, it's history. I can't get over it. All you can do is try to be a good citizen and live your life and do positive things, and maybe someday you'll get a second chance. Now, see, I took the wrong vice, because if I'd have been a drug addict or an alcoholic or a spousal beater, I'd have been reinstated many years ago. But a lot of you guys...
Does that bother you that it's
no,
so
because I screwed up.
inconsistent?
It's really it's all my problem, so I don't get mad at anybody. But what happened in baseball in 1919 when they had the Black Sox scandal? That's when team guys took money to throw World Series games. That's why baseball's so ticklish on gambling. They don't want that to happen. But
So you
I bet on my own
understand
team
it.
every night. I bet on my team. They were like my sons. I bet on my team to win every night. I didn't call anybody on a daily basis. I just told a guy before the season, I want this much on my team every night.
I have to preface this interview by saying I grew up in Wichita, Kansas.
Shockers.
What? Yes. Playing baseball was my sport, and everything I was taught about baseball by my coaches and my dad was Charlie Hustle runs out balls to first base. You run them out. I learned to head first slide because you did, and I didn't want to. It scared me to dive
Well, what
head
happened
first.
there? Because you don't look like you slid head first. I look like I slid head first. He must have did it wrong.
So I'm conflicted because I come from the school of I'm not comparing who's done worse things or not. To me, when I was a kid, the Hall of Fame was the greatest players in baseball. So if I were in charge, I would say, yes, Pete Rose is in. He's got more hits, played harder, changed the game, got to be top 20, top 15 players to ever play. That's a fair statement. But I would have an asterisk that says, bet on baseball, lied about it, regretted it, and to this day signs baseball's I am sorry for what I did, so that I could say to my kid, heroes can let you down because they're
Correct.
human.
That's correct. You're absolutely right.
But it doesn't change your accomplishments. You were not playing and betting on games.
No, I
you
didn't
were
start
in.
betting until I was through playing after 86. I started betting in 87 because I needed something extra. I needed something extra.
Was it
because-
an addiction?
No, I needed something extra because I wasn't playing. I wasn't getting hits. I wasn't sliding head first. I wasn't knocking catchers on their butt.
So I know you've answered this a million times, but I've never got to ask you. So what is it? Because I am fascinated with human nature.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I make decisions that are questionable at times, even though I know they're questionable. So you're a baseball fan. You know the lore of what happened.
Yeah.
And yet you still did it. Is there a moment in there where you're going, man, I shouldn't do this? But
Sure, but you never think you're going to get caught. The way it went down, because like I said, it wasn't like I was calling somebody every day and making a bet.
it was just on.
I told the guy we'll settle up at the end of the year. You understand? And what did I do? I did everything in my power to try to win every game.
Right.
And there was no game that was ever in doubt in Vegas or anything like that. I didn't manage the game that way. I managed the game to win the game. You know, but you're talking to a guy that's got more winning games than anybody in the history of baseball. Okay? No, I mean, so, and even my critics have never even said that I would think about betting against my own team. I would never do that. I would never do that.
It's not in your DNA
No,
to do
it's
that.
not in my DNA. My DNA is to win.
So what do you think now, just, you know, recently when with the latest inductees into the Hall of Fame, nobody gets in. Now we're in this steroid era.
Well, you know, the guy asked me the other day, he said, what was worse, what you did or what steroids do? They're both bad, okay? But what I did had nothing to do with altering the statistics of baseball. And you guys may not know it, but baseball statistics are sacred. That's why baseball cards are worth more than football cards or basketball cards.
I love how you are talking to the audience. You are clearly a storyteller that engages with people. You're not just talking to me. You're looking out and telling these guys.
They're saying, what the hell has he got that hat on for? But I have to tell you, it matches my boots.
All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll come back. Pete Rose has a reality show. We're connected. We're like soulmates. I grew up watching him, then I get into reality. He's in reality. We're gonna meet his wife. I mean, his fiance, not yet your wife.
Don't scare her.
Don't scare her. We're gonna see his life. She's 40 years younger again.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Get out of here with that 40 years.
How old is she?
Well, I don't even know.
Okay.
I know that's her daughter sitting right there.
That's a clue. We'll meet everybody when we come back. Oh, you're just taking that in?
I'm just critiquing you.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
My first year in the big leagues, I made $7,000 a year. Now they're making $27 million. The Dodgers, they're spending money like it's paper. I'm not a Dodger fan, by the way.
We are with baseball legend Pete Rose. He's decided to let us. Yes? I thought you were going to say something. Oh, you're just taking that in?
I'm just critiquing you.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good.
Does it ever get old hearing legend?
I prefer living legend.
Living legend. Okay.
Because legends are dead.
Okay, so he's decided to let us go through all his life with him, really, because when you open yourself up to a reality show on TLC, that's what happens. Roll it. The new TLC show, Pete Rose Hits and Misses, follows the baseball legend as he embarks on a new chapter of his life.
Baby? You guys gonna have a baby?
Next question.
His engagement to a woman half his age.
I feel like my family supports my relationship with Kiana, but I have to be honest. If they don't, there's nothing I can do about it.
Should we hold the food for your daughters? Are they coming or no?
Well, my daughters are kind of like me. If they knew it started at 7 and it's 8:45,
They ain't coming.
I wouldn't hold it.
I was just sad. I mean, I am Pete's fiance. I'm going to be part of his life forever.
He's trying to be a stepdad to her kids the only way he knows how.
Pete Rose is our stepdad to be. It kind of took us a long time to grow on each other.
You got to hit 5 in a row to get dinner. That's 1. Come on. Attaboy. Yeah, 5. You get dinner. All right, now how about breakfast? You need 5 more.
While making peace with his past.
I screwed up. I broke the rules, and I was wrong, but I didn't cheat to get those hits. All you can do is hope you get a second chance sometime.
Welcome, Kiana. Thank you. So, one thing I'm really surprised at with Pete is his incredible sense of humor, even within all the controversy of his whole career. What was it that attracted you to Pete?
I think the biggest thing is that he is such a legend, and that because he's so super famous, he's so modest, and it's really attractive.
How did you guys
see
meet?
That. I was buying a car at the dealership, and he was there, and we had a mutual friend, and he introduced us, and he was just charming as ever and funny.
Well, she was buying a new Mercedes, and she's with this guy, and I knew the salesman because I went up there to get my car washed, and you know, I was off color or nothing because she's with this guy. Then all of a sudden I found out that she wasn't with this guy, it was his friend, and the press was on, baby.
What does the Pete Rose press look like?
He was subtle, but then at the same time, you know, a woman can sense what's going on. And he was like, if you ever need a room in Vegas, I can, you know, get you one and, you know, maybe a suite if you're lucky.
So now, what guys don't get is we forget that you can get a suite on your own at Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
But what we love about you is that you look past us and you still see some charm. So the charm is what? His humility, his modesty?
No, I think he just has such a big heart, and he is so appreciative of his fans that it's very charismatic. You know, he just is very attractive in so many ways. I can't describe just one thing.
So it's not that I'm always amazed at when people are shocked at an older man and a younger woman, when it is one of the most common relationships on the planet, but it still is. So what are the preconceptions or the misconceptions, either one, that people have about this relationship?
Well, I just asked your buddy, and he told me to tell you hi, Larry King.
Yeah?
Is he your buddy?
And he would know.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and he has a wife that's
Yes,
28 years
he
younger,
does.
Younger than he is. I'm not worried. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know how old she is. I know when her birthday is, but I'm not going to ask her age. I don't give a damn how old she is, and she don't care how old I am. It seems like everybody else is worried about how old we are. Obviously, I don't look my age, and I certainly don't act my age. And being around her and her little brother, except once, and I act my age because I took her and her little brother to the San Diego Zoo, and the next day we went to Legoland, and the next day we went to SeaWorld, and the next day I went to the wheelchair. Don't try to keep up with an 11-year-old and a 14-year-old. And the mother's got more energy than both of the kids. It will kill you.
So with all of this, you have a blended family, and you're a legend, and you're a beautiful young woman, and you have all of this going on, and you sign up for a reality show, which could be the biggest mistake of your entire life.
Not at all. Because why did I sign up for the reality show? I signed up for the reality show, one, because when people think of me, they think of me knocking catchers down and yelling at pitchers and knocking.
In an all-star game.
Yeah, it don't matter where the game is. You got to win the damn game. And there's a different side of me, and I think the reality show shows a different side of me. I'm a nice guy. I wasn't a nice guy when I played the game. You can't be a nice guy and
Okay, that
win.
shot right there, that is what Brock Elliott and I learned how to slide because of that. That is Pete Rose all out, going into third base.
Damn, I need a haircut.
But you have the same sideburns, sort of.
It's, why'd you do the reality show? Now we're going to put you on the spot. I know what you're going to say.
There's several reasons, but
Hold
I think...
that thought.
Okay.
When we come back, we'll find out why Kiana did the reality show and talk about some of the things they talk about on this show, because you guys are pretty open about what you're sharing. We'll be right back.
I have a picture of my mom, me, and you, and you're actually holding me when I'm a baby.
If I knew what I know now, I'd have dropped you. She wants a breast reduction. Okay? What are you clapping for?
Closed captioning for the Jeff Probst Show provided by
It's no secret that, I'm a lot older than her. The age difference doesn't really bother me. And I don't think it bothers her. And we have a hard time trying to understand why it bothers other people. I know one guy dated younger girls his whole life. He's pretty successful. His name's Hugh Hefner. And the age difference he has with girls is nothing close to mine.
I think I might get killed for saying this.
Just say it.
My grandma and Pete are the same age.
That's funny.
And I send that kid to a private school.
Sorry.
So does the reality show cover your life in Vegas, your life home,
Everything.
and your
No,
life?
us together.
Yeah.
Okay. And what?
I don't have no life in Vegas if she's not there. I work and then I go home and watch sports.
Better not.
Seriously. See, that's what people don't understand about me. I work in Vegas. Most of you people, when you go to Vegas, you're on vacation. We don't drink. I never did. We don't smoke. We're not clubbers. Although she could probably work at any club in Vegas there is and make a lot of money.
So when you work in Vegas, what is the fan appreciation of you to this day?
Well, Jeff, when you're sitting there in the store in a mall and you're sitting there for 4.5 hours a day for 15 days and you make a real handsome bankroll, it just tells you that people like you and people are willing to give you a second chance. We don't make people buy an autograph. We have 22 different items they can buy. You can take all the pictures you want from me, or you can ask me questions. We make the autograph an experience. You know, like some guys sign autographs like this. You know, they never look up at the people. You know, I always look up and ask them where they're from and where they're staying, or they're having fun. And it's amazing how many stories I can think about when people tell me certain things, because I've been around pretty much in a lot of cities in this country. You know, just like when you said you're from Wichita. I know all about the Shockers.
Yeah. No one knows the Shockers if you're not
I know the
Wichita.
Shockers.
Yeah.
I used to go watch them play when I was a kid.
So how many of the guys that come up say they don't, how many of them walk up and say, I've got to be honest, I love you, but I don't think you should be in the Hall of Fame?
That's okay. Everybody's got
But
an
how
opinion.
often?
Very seldom. Just like when I had a radio show for 7 years, and I had 2 restaurants in Florida. People aren't going to call your radio show and call you a name. They're not going to come into your restaurant to eat and say the food's bad, unless it's bad. So I understand everybody's got an opinion. Everybody don't like me, okay? Everybody don't like her. I mean, but that's just the way it is. We can't worry about everybody liking us, and we like each other. We love each other, so that's the important thing. So we had a fight one time. Should I tell them about the fight?
About what?
Oh, I'm like a reality show camera right now. Are they going to talk about the fight or not?
She goes to Garth Fisher. Okay, he's the #1 plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills. And we're meeting with him. She wants a breast reduction. Okay? What are you clapping for?
And it was a guy.
I know. You like small ones, huh? and they're sitting there talking, and she's like that, and I'm like this, and I'm going, and Garth's going, small. I lost that fight, by the way.
So wait,
that's part of the show. That's one of the episodes.
We're going to talk about, we'll take a break, and we'll talk about Kiana's decision to go under the knife for a plastic surgery reduction. Yes. When we come back. You're not going to miss that. I never thought I would end up fist bumping Pete Rose over the reduced breast size of his fiancée, Kiana. But I like it. If you're going to be in the LA area, go to jeffprobst.com and say yes to being in our live studio audience.
Jeff Probst Show.
A couple years before I met Pete, I had my breasts enlarged, and at that time I thought bigger was better.
Get that Pete Rose dance. Yeah, there you go now.
But now I just want to be at a comfortable size.
Bigger still better.
Now it's time to fix them to the normal size that they should have been. I don't know what I was thinking. The problem I'm having with my breast size is that I don't feel that it looks proportionate to my body.
Pete watching, just hoping you could change history.
See, what you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that we haven't seen any of the reality shows. All the press has seen 1, 2, 3, 4 of the shows. They won't let us see it. We haven't seen any of it. So this is all new to us when we watch this. Am I right?
Yes.
So the decision, now you haven't done it yet.
Yes, you did.
You've done it.
Yes.
Good job, huh? Good job, huh, baby?
Done it.
I never thought I would end up fist bumping Pete Rose over the reduced breast size of his fiancée, Kiana. But I like it. So you do that on the show. Now that's before.
That's after.
That's after. Go back to that shot. Good God, where's the before shot? Pete, what were you complaining about? Wait.
I told you I'm going bigger.
Wait. I want to make sure I'm clear. The photograph we're looking at now is after breast reduction.
Yeah, probably the difference there, I don't think she's got a bra on there.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I do.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Well, why do they look so big?
Because the shirt is so small.
Oh, the shirt's so small.
Yeah.
I've never heard that one before. My breasts aren't big. My shirt is small.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. You guys are, I got to tell you, A, TLC does a great job on their shows. And B, if this is what we get on the show, I am so in every week. Because it's a great pairing. And I got to say, the one thing I'm feeling that I didn't know how I was going to feel at the end is, I am happy to see that though you are still disappointed to not be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, yeah.
You have a beautiful woman in your life who seems very charmed by you. You've been great with the audience telling stories.
I love fans. Fans are the best.
And you've got another chapter in your life now opening up that we've never seen you like this before.
Yeah, but my life's been kind of an open book. So, and I know I was in charge of the answers to the questions. Now, I don't know how they're going to edit the show.
Right.
We can't control that.
But,
all I know is what I said and what she said.
And you did say and do it. That's the one thing when people are on a reality show and they say, well, they edited me. No, no, no. You say what you say for the most part, right?
Right.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. I have one last thought about baseball when we come back. So, last question, selfish question. This one's just for me. Is there a point where you will say to yourself, I can no longer worry about baseball. I've done what I can do. I've said I'm sorry. I've tried to live a good example.
I've already done that.
But meaning, and not worry about whether you're ever in the Hall of Fame or not.
I don't worry about that.
You
because
don't?
I never worried about something that's out of my control. Okay? And I can't. I mean...
so if you die and aren't in the Hall of Fame, do you die peacefully?
Oh yeah, I'm at ease with myself when I come clean, and I'm going to write a speech for her to give when they put me in when I'm dead. She'll get everybody's attention, but you can't worry about that because and I can't get mad at you or her or Mike Schmidt or Bart Giamatti. I'm the one that screwed up, so get mad at myself. But don't live in the past. You got to worry about tomorrow, next week, next month. That's the way I look at it. I love meeting you. I love that you've been on the show. I'm very excited for your reality show. I will be watching. And I also love that you're standing up and owning it. And really, what I said at the beginning is what I believe, which is you're showing us that heroes can let you down because nobody is perfect. But this is the world of second chances. Right. Awesome. Pete, thank you. Baseball. Really? Wow. That is awesome. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Kiana and Pete, their show is called Pete Rose Hits and Misses, Monday at 10, 9 Central on TLC. Pays to be a host. I really appreciate that. Thanks for a great interview.